Hello everyone, my greetings to one and all. This is the fourth session on indifference curve analysis. In the previous two sessions, you have learned about budget line and shifts in budget line. I am Poonam Vohra from Microeconomics Learning Center. This session focuses on the preferences of the consumers. So let us begin. We have already seen that a large number of consumption possibilities are available to the consumer that lie within his budget set. The question is, out of all such possibilities, which possibility would be chosen by the consumer? A consumer would choose that consumption possibility which gives him maximum satisfaction. But then, how would he come to know that possibility which gives him maximum satisfaction? For that, the consumer can rank the consumption possibilities by ranking them in order of preferences as per the utility derived from them. Higher is the utility, greater is the preference for that possibility. Let's understand this with the help of an example of a student, Sumit, who is fond of reading books and gets different level of satisfaction by reading books and e-books. Suppose he gets maximum level of satisfaction by reading 100 books and 70 e-books in 6 months' time. He would rank this combination as first preference. This is option 1. There may be a choice available to him. That is, he gets some level of satisfaction by reading 60 books and 55 e-books, 30 books and 60 e-books, or 40 books and 50 e-books. By having either of these combinations, he gets the same level of satisfaction, to which he gives second preference, simply because the level of satisfaction that he derives by reading any of these combinations would be less than the satisfaction he derives by reading 100 books and 70 e-books. So this is the option 2. So it is possible for Sumit to rank his preferences as per the utility he derives. It is important to note that preference ordering are consumer and commodity specific. Different consumers have different preference ordering between the same set of goods. Hence, a system of ranking the consumption possibilities in order of preferences is called preference ordering. For ranking the consumption possibilities in order of preferences, it is assumed that preferences are monotonic preferences. That is, more is preferred to less. The consumer always prefers a consumption possibility to another one which has more of either both the goods or at least more of one good. For example, a combination of 60x and 55y is preferred to 50x and 40y, or 60x and 50y is preferred to 60x and 30y, or 60x and 40y is preferred to 55x and 40y. One must remember that a consumer is indifferent between all those possibilities that yield same level of satisfaction and hence are ranked equally. Continuing with the earlier example of books and e-books, Sumit is indifferent between reading 60 books and 55 e-books, or reading 30 books and 60 ebooks, or reading 40 books and 50 ebooks. Because either of the combination gives him the same level of satisfaction. Being indifferent implies that it is possible for the consumer to substitute between bundles. That is, Sumit can give up 60 books and 55 ebooks for 30 books and 60 ebooks. That is, substituting one for another. Or it is possible to sacrifice one combination of the two goods for another combination of the two goods. It brings us to an important concept of marginal rate of substitution. It is the rate at which the consumer is willing to give up the amount of good Y to consume additional amount of good X, so that maximum satisfaction remains the same. So marginal rate of substitution is units of Y willing to sacrifice divided by units of X willing to gain. That is loss of good Y divided by gain of good X, or delta Y by delta X. Now assess yourself and identify whether the following statement is true or false. If preferences are monotonic, then the consumer is indifferent between the bundles of one soft drink and two burgers. It's a false statement, as the consumer is not simply indifferent, because consumption of two burgers will give him higher level of satisfaction in comparison to consumption of one soft drink. Based on monotonic preferences. That is, more is preferred to less. Now have a look at this statement and identify whether it is true or false. Feasible combination of goods are those combinations which a consumer can always buy, no matter what the income is. Please check your answer. This is a false statement. Feasible combinations are those combinations which a consumer can buy given his income and prices of both the goods. I hope you have understood various aspects of consumers' preferences, specifically the monotonic preference, which is very relevant. With this, the session comes to an end. The next session would focus on the diagrammatic presentation of consumers' preferences, that is, indifference curve. Till then, keep reading, keep practicing.